I'm Anil Kumar. Let me thank all of you to watch my videos, post excellent questions, participate actively in YouTube as well as on WhatsApp group. Here is a question which we have taken from the WhatsApp group, and I hope its solution will help many others. The question here is, find range of f of x equals to sine x minus square root 3 cos x plus 1. Now to solve such questions, we could write this trigonometric part of our equation into a form which we call harmonic wave. So it is like r cos x minus alpha, or we could also write this as r sine x minus alpha, one and the same thing. Now we have here sine x minus square root 3 cos x. So we'll work on the trigonometric part first. So let's work with sine x minus square root 3 cos x. Now this expression can be written as r sine x cos alpha minus r cos x sine alpha. Now if I write like this, it becomes an expansion for r sine x minus alpha, right? Now if you look into the equation, we can say that r cos alpha should be equal to 1, right? So we can say that r cos alpha equals to 1 and r sine alpha is equal to square root 3. Correct? So we equated this 1 with r cos alpha, right? And this square root 3 with r sine alpha. Do you see that relation? Now if we square both sides, we get r square cos square alpha equals to 1 and r square sine square alpha equals to 3. Right? Now if we add them up, we get r square cos square alpha plus sine square alpha equals to 1 plus 3, which is 4. Now r square alpha plus sine square alpha is 1, therefore r square is equal to 4. Correct? So we can from here write down that the value of r, let's take the positive square root of 4, which is 2. Right? So we found that r could be 2. Right? Now we have we need to find alpha, so we can find the ratio of these two. So let's call now these equations as equation 1 and 2. So if I do equation 2 over equation 1, divide one by the other, in that case we get sine alpha over cos alpha equals to square root 3 over 1. Now that gives you tan alpha equals to square root 3, right? Now tan alpha square root 3 means that alpha is equal to what? Now if we are using these positive values, in that case we are assuming that both are in quadrant 1, right? Both are in quadrant 1. So alpha will be equal to pi by 3, right? So if you look into the special triangle, so from here, let's say this is pi by 3, pi by 2, 1, 2 square root 3. So tan of pi by 3 square root 3, right? So we can get alpha as pi by 3, correct? Now we know alpha is pi by 3, and therefore we can now write this part of this expression as equal to r times sine x minus alpha, where r is equal to 2 and alpha is equal to pi by 3. Is that clear to you? Perfect. So that is the background. Now let's see what happens to our function. So f of x, which was given to us as sine x minus square root of 3 cos x plus 1, can now be written as, so we wrote all this as r sine x minus alpha. R for us is 2, so we get 2 sine of x minus alpha, which is pi by 3. Clear? Plus 1, plus 1. So that becomes your function. So f of x is now a sinusoidal function which has been translated 1 unit up, and its amplitude is 2. You get the idea, right? So therefore, we can now find the range. So let's calculate the range now. So for this part, which is the sine part, right? As far as sine x minus pi by 3 is concerned, this value has to be between minus 1 to plus 1, correct? If I multiply this by 2, so that means 2 times sine of x minus pi by 3 will be between minus 2 to 2. And when we add 1 to it, which is 2 times sine of x minus pi by 3 plus 1, adding 1 will give us 3 here, adding 1 will give us minus 1. And therefore, we can write down our answer, and that is range of f of x is from minus 1 to 3. Is that clear? So that is how we can actually do it. Now if it is a multiple choice question, let us assume that we have a multiple choice question, right? So strategy. Strategy is that we can always find r, which is equal to square root of these coefficients, right? So in this case, 1 square plus square root 3 square, right? So that gives us 2. So we have this value of 2 now, and translate 1 unit up, so we know the maximum is 3 and the minimum is minus 1. So if you know this strategy, all this which we have done, if you understand that, then this question can actually be answered in less than a minute. So I hope that is absolutely clear. All questions which involve this kind of combination can be solved using this method, and therefore we just refer this to as harmonic wave. Generally, we write cosine function. However, in such situation, sine function is better to use. I hope that makes sense. Feel free to write a comment, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for joining us in the YouTube channel as well as the WhatsApp group. Thank you and all the best.